All right, let's talk about pickling and whitewashing and the difference between the two, how you should use them, how they're similar, and why do people call them the same thing. So they're relatively very similar. They can achieve similar to the exact same look between the two, but the breakdown of them is different. Whitewash is watered down paint. Pickling, you're using a stain with white. The easiest way to show you is with pictures. So shout out to Pinterest. I just screenshotted a bunch of stuff and we're gonna dive into it because this is how I figured out the difference between the two. This picture right here single-handedly sent me to Home Depot to buy pickling stain. I just think it looks so good. And this wood up here, I'm not opposed to it. I think it looks really nice. It's just a little bit too orange for me. And this was what they did to take out that orange tint to it. And I also think that this is a way better example than showing pine because you have such a drastic change. I read their blog post on how they did this, and they literally just painted it on there, one coat, didn't wipe it off, didn't have to reapply, and that was what the results turned out. So that's exactly what we did on our house. All right, so I'm trying to cover up the name back here because to each their own. This is whitewashing. An example of whitewashing, if that's what you're looking for, because I have seen some good whitewashing, which I will show you here in a minute, that looks like pickling. I don't love this. This is not what we were going for, so we chose not to do whitewashing. So this, they said, was whitewashing. Now, again, people are using them interchangeably, so they could be using a pickling stain and calling it whitewashing, but this is a very similar effect. I probably would say that this is whitewashing just because you can see such dark contrasting in like these cracks, which pickling should be able to get down into those and kind of lighten that up like with the nature of the wood. Should. I know. This is not wood, but this is whitewashing. This is something that you can do on a different surface to get a similar effect on something that isn't wood. So you obviously wouldn't be able to use pickling for stone, but you can use whitewashing to get a similar like washed look. Whitewashing. Also whitewashing. Now here's an example of someone calling this whitewashing or pickling wood. I don't know which one they actually did. I'm assuming whitewashing since a lot of people don't know about pickling, but it is very similar to pickling in like the type of woods that they're using. It may come out like this to use a pickling stain, so you just have to like obviously test, but this is a great example of a good whitewash. Now we've got pickling. This is what our ceiling looks like, and pickling. Hope that helped.